Hey guys, welcome to another edition of our Topical Friday with Essay. Thank you all. It's a pleasure to have you. So we have so many activities in our nation, Nigeria, ongoing since the morning, but we're going to just do a highlight of three of them that are very major, and this is on insecurity and healthcare system, and also politics. So we could see that in these three broad institutions in our nation, Nigeria, a lot has been happening. And if we look very critically, they all have a way of affecting us individually, collectively, and what have you. So at the end of the meeting of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria yesterday with his service chief or security chiefs, he actually told them that whatever they are doing, they're doing very well, but it's not good enough. This is as a result of the increase in insecurity in the country. Every now and then we think, oh, we are dominating or getting the fight against Boko Haram, but or other bandits and insurgency, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, northwest and northeast precisely. But before you know it, they would just invade communities, invade people, and then before you know, we're counting casualties, loss of lives, properties, and so many things that are not even accounted for. This has resulted to a collapse in a system, in a lot of systems in that region, people in particular, so like leaving their farmland, low investments. Yes, there's a limit on interstate travels, but all of this, they have a way of affecting the national economy because productivity is reduced to the very minimum where there is a lot of insecurities. And I think by now what we should have been experiencing or rejoicing about is war, or not still fighting insurgency, but rather being able to limit that to a very large extent. So I read from Sahara Reporters, he said President Buhari Blast Service Chief says that best is not good enough. So President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday criticized service chiefs in Nigeria over their strategy in tackling insecurity, warning them to be alive to security problems bedeviling the nation. In another news, I also said swear that they have to justify their appointment. You wouldn't just be service chief for formality's sake or for paper or for the position you occupy. You know, you have to do your work. They have to ensure that what you're being paid for, the reason why you are employed, the value you've been asked to come and provide is done very well, and people see that yes, insecurity has reduced to the very minimum. But every now and then we have increase on that. I think a lot has been said on that over and over and over. And insecurity, insurgency, banditry do not lead a nation anywhere. Rather, it degrades the nation, and also it puts the nation at a very odd spots in the global settings or rating. Another one we'll be talking about is the healthcare system. It's no news that the resident doctor of the Federal Republic of Nigeria are on strike, and this commenced on 15th of June 2020. Up to today, negotiations they've not actually been able to come to a conclusion on this. And this morning in the news, I actually looked and listened to two persons speaking on the particular issue, and one was a doctor representing one of the regions in Nigeria, which was centered on the fact that they have, in the time past, they have always and actually be seeking for these PPEs and other amenities, should I call them amenities, they need to carry out their job. But it seems the government is very insensitive to the cry of the doctors, and also in aiding the quality healthcare system we have. Why so many people are also blaming the doctors to say, you know what, they're very insensitive to be going on their job at this time. But do you really blame them? Let me check if I can deduce on the two things I got from there. The doctor was Dr. Julian Ojebu, and he said decay in infrastructure, no PPEs, then failed promises, no framework on the negotiation. So, why do they have to wait? The doctors are fed up usually all the time, for decades, for time immemorial, as far as they can remember. This is always the case. Until doctors are fed up, there is never a concession, there is never a conclusion. Like, it's just every now and then. And one of the very, very funny questions the doctor asked was, will a hernia surgery work if he's not paid, or if he's not even given the what he needs, the correct PPEs to do his work? Would the Minister of Labor do his work if he's not given? Where so many people are saying they are being insensitive because they do not know what the doctor's part will be. A doctor, to carry out your job is a whole lot of work already. Then realizing that you don't even have the PPEs you need, it's even already demoralizing enough already. And imagine a country. And so a lot was said on this, taking their hands off. Okay, a lot was said on that well, as at today, they are still not in a concession or have agreed to stop this strike action. Instead, until the federal government and the Minister of Health meet their demands. And also in a segment we had Mr. Dr. Hanire come and talk about this. Well, according to him, it's very, very insensitive for the doctors to be going on strike at this session. But looking critically in the Nigeria situation, or in the Nigeria economy, where we know that the public service or the federal government do not really give quality kudos to the public service or her employees, would you expect them to actually put in their quality time at this time? I think the question would be very, very minimal. Looking at the differences, or looking at the two sectors, because we see how politicians are very extravagant. They see doctors who had gone to school to study, to save life, not giving the commercial accolade he deserves in carrying out his job. Is already a demoralizing fact that we have to be very, very very fair to them. It may not be the right time to be on leave or strike action or industrial action, but let's look at the criticality of what the government is doing to her workers. Nigerian government should try to brace up and support her workers in all industries and all firms, so that we would be able to deliver quality service. Nigeria, would I even say Ministry of Labor and the federal government, I would say they are the YS managers for S and Y, who believe people are lazy, who believe people are not ready to work. I think this is a fundamental issue in our nation, Nigeria. But looking at all of them critically, the government has to be held responsible for this. Okay, in his words, he said, okay, at this time, taking their hands off the plow is not a good thing. Dr. Hanire claimed they all have spoken with them to reverse their decision, but as at this morning, with the mandate of with the words of doctor that was on the studio, obviously they've still not agreed to come back. They said the ministries, they've changed. They have pleaded with them to return back to work. So, like we already know, the pandemic situation has come to show the shallow state of our health industry, not just health industry, all industries. If we are if we're sincere to ourselves, all industries are really at the peril of being not below, of let's even say average or below, because enough has not been done in the past and now, but we just hope that in the future more will be done, so that it will significantly affect everybody positively. Now that's why I start with that. Then let's go back to the APC leadership struggles under politics. Like, since it's been a lot of fractures, Edo State in particular, fractures, disunity, and the fracas what I feel in Edo State, Nigeria, and also even in the upper chamber of the APC in Abuja, we saw a lot of activities that had happened. Even the leadership struggle, it's also the fight. It shows a lot that they have really, like one of the person that was on studio is also a chief, he's a member, a board of trustee member of the APC. But to him, he wasn't just surprised at what is happening, but he is very, very embraced. I could say for the very, very first time, like, I saw a young man so passionate for change, like no, that we have allowed these old time politicians, because of former the power they have in their heads, take advantages of the opportunity they have been given. Now is the time for the youth. Now is the time for them to lift up their institution, that's the APC, which they have built or which they have supported in building for the betterment of each and every one of us. In his words, I'm going to read out some of the things he said. I think he is Ismail Ahmed, is a board of trustee member, APC. Okay, they have all faith. Yes, he said in his way, he said we have all faith, including him, that they have all faith, focusing that instead of doing more leadership things and what would promote the party and the general and the nation at large, they're focusing on pettiness, fight here and there. Okay, yes, I already remember board of trustees APC. It is time for them to ratify issues. So they're not ready to let the leaders destroy the party. Yes, he is interested in building a lasting legacy. He is ready to talk. And he's tired of people jumping queues because you have a godfather, because you have someone supporting you, because you have someone holding your hand. You jump queues from here to here, jumping up and down. So many wrong things have been happening, is happening, and for that reason, it is time for everybody to come and say, you know what, we have gone beyond this. He said, ratify decisions and constitutions, meeting with world levels and grassroots level. I think I like that very point he mentioned, that politicians are there to serve the people, and they should also take as time in serving the people, going to their grassroots or to their grassroots level or to their wards. And this again brings me to the issue of stimulus and packages, that at the time Nigerians needed them the most, they were nowhere to be found. They couldn't even go to their constituency. Yes, there was lockdown, they couldn't find a way to get to their people and support them. He said, well, what are we, what is Nigeria democracy all about after 21 years? I think this was another guest, a political, a legal politician. He was also on the verge of saying, you know what, Nigerian politics, democracy is in shambles, and if nothing is done on that, it's going to continue. He said, okay, that it is time for them to clean up Nigerian politics, because what are we served? What are we really practicing? Is it democracy of development or destruction? So these were some of the discussions centered around on these particular issues. And me, where I was sitting, I was feeling every bit of what they were saying, because I saw people that have said, you know what, the time has come. We really need to look into this particular situation and let people know that we have moved beyond pettiness. We have moved beyond just politics. It is time to let the people feel the impact and the dividends of democracy. Enough of low thinking, enough of not thinking well enough towards the people. It is time to take actions that need to be taken. It is time to amend constitutions that has to be amended. It is time to amend them. And in conclusion, Mr. Ahmed said, you know what, was tired of petty and local thinking, that for him is ready for the whole masses, everybody to embrace good democracy. That is all he's there for. That is all he wants. That as far as they're concerned, they have to go for the meetings when it is due, and then amend situations which they have to amend. It was really a very, very pleasurable and good time listening to some of these discussions this morning, because they hinged on everything that affects individuals, even the ordinary human, even the ordinary Nigerian person, because people are so carried away with activities of trying to make ends meet, feeding, very in particular shelter. They forget almost about governors. They don't even care. All they just want is the basic needs should be met, good hospitals. But this time, 21st century, the giant of Africa, a population of almost 200 people, was still struggling to get these infrastructures running at a very quality level. It's nothing. It's really a disappointing thing to talk of a nation like Nigeria. So I think, like he said, I hope, like he said, on the national television, if people like him would critically look and say, you know what, I'm able to convince the president or other senior members of the ruling party that, you know what, it is time for us to embrace the true democracy and let the people enjoy democracy, at least the dividends of democracy, good infrastructures. Nigerians are people who are not even asking for too much: basic amenities, quality education, good healthcare system, good roads, then stable inflation, equilibrium. And the truth is, once all of these things are available, every other thing fall in place. Once there is a one, so they have a way of intertwining, interrelating, and affecting the day-to-day life of the individual. So these are some of the very, very topical issues in our nation, Nigeria. We have a lot more. Edo State, what is happening? APC, okay, I already mentioned that APC fight, APC and PDP. Obaseki has picked the PDP form, and then what next today? We know his next line of actions and what he plans to do. So these are some of the things happening in Nigeria. So I'm your topical girl, Esidemira. It was a pleasure having you. So the pleasure sharing this session with you. I hope we talk more on this, and if you have some of the very news in our nation, Nigeria, that are very topical to you, kindly let me know in the comment section. And don't forget, today is Friday. We have lots and lots of activities in Nigeria, online and virtually, that we can join in to ease away some of the stress that are around us. Yes, COVID-19 is still in the air, is still in the atmosphere. Individual responsibility is the number one game for everybody. Never forget, stay safe, stay connected, stay topical, and stay great. To have a very, very pleasant weekend. This is a topical girl, Esidemira. Thank you for your time, and it was a pleasure having you here. Bye.